Blessings, everybody. Welcome to our brand new episode of 876-411, the live Jamaican entertainment show here on Google Hangouts and again in HD. Thank you, Lord. In this episode, second in about 4 days, we're going to Aidonia finding a new spiritual path as him claim to be going Rastafari now. A controversy over a new Vybz Kartel, unofficial Vybz Kartel video that I'm sure was not making him happy in his jail cell right now. And my early picks for the upcoming EPL season, which starts next weekend. I can't wait. I've been starved of football since the World Cup. I really need my fix. So, you see me, we'll get into that little more. But first off, make we talk about this new Aidonia that we're seeing emerge in front of our eyes. So Aidonia do an interview last week on stage, saying that he's now found Rastafari, that he has now, ever since the birth of his son, about almost a year and a half, 2 years now, that he found that he began to develop a new spiritual awakening. He got a spiritual awakening. He knew how to change his ways for the betterment of his child, show him the way, use him as a be an inspiration to him. And he has now decided that he will no longer do war lyrics, he will not do gun lyrics, and that he is doing straight, clean music from here on in because of his newfound spirituality. So we go up on the interview and basically say, he's very, very committed to this newfound part that, Jamaica is going the wrong way because you have a lot of music where, we're not influence youths the right way. You understand? A lot of talk about violence and this and that and vanity, all them things there. And he really want, uplift the youths them and be a example where them can follow. So I'm saying I do that now. I'm only making clean music. I'm still doing them dancehall, isn't me? Occasionally. But I do more reggae tunes. I have one out now called One Art, which I promote, which are decent songs still. And you see me, I'm just go from that part. Him even take time out for, address the killer and Bounty Feud, saying that him hopes that them come together. And even wish Kartel well and say, Kartel was out, he probably would have admired the part with Aidonia and would maybe go along that same part. So, a very refreshing thing from Aidonia. And we see little inklings of this still. There's some first performance where they come out in the military gear with the Rasta symbols and all them things there. Yeah, isn't it? It was one of the better performances of Sunfest, and that really give you idea that he was going in a new direction with him thing. He's more mature, he has a better outlook on life. So, you have to big him up for that. No. Two things with this. First of all, we're glad for Aidonia still. We're glad say him decide to go this new path, find this new positive direction to go with him career and with him life, more important than life, isn't that say? And it's very good to see because not many hardcore artists, because when you look at Aidonia over the years, these are real, hardcore, the voice, the persona, everything about it rough, you understand? And most hardcore dancer artists would have never take this drastic shift, you understand, to go from rah rah and the baddest this and the baddest that. So really changing them persona and going out all out there and say, you know what, we need to really make music where the youth them can follow. We can't keep doing all them songs and expect say me I go make Jamaica any better, me I inspire any ghetto youth out here. So doing here, see this light now and decide to alright, I do more positive music, I do some reggae here, some dancehall here. Listen up, me I stray away from the war tool, me now bother address Massacre or anybody else who try come after me right now. We just have focus on the positive movements who are going and give the youth them something to hang on to. So I'm really glad for it. It was very good that he mentioned about how his son really inspired him to do that because in a lot of cases, artists have picked me and them still go on the same way. But we're glad to see say him the fatherhood, being a father for the first time really changed his mates span life. So we have to give him, the utmost praise for that. And we wish him well still. We really hope say as me say, that his life improves as a result of this, and also that we get some a more versatile, a different side of Aidonia that people can embrace. You understand? So now I wish Aidonia the best with that move. Having said that though, you know, you see, Aidonia is a very interesting case because, you know, as an artist, of course, from him boss, you don't know, he just go one way, hardcore in your face, you know, gun lyrics from, you know, here to China. You see what I said? This man never relent. You sound like the roughest, toughest man out there, like, you know, it make you fear him. You understand? Man, they come up with songs like Bush Cash and Booker Man, you know, Empty and all them songs there. Them man of the dark, you know. The one of the dark when them first come out and you see me really, you know, shut up the underground scene for a number of years. But thing is, see, when Kartel they go to prison now, and you see, you know, man like him a come up, man like Mavado and Actian, you know, them expect man like this to come and take over the dancehall scene, take over, you know, the music scene in Jamaica. And Aidonia really hasn't done that. You know, he was looked on as one of those that could have easily taken the mantle from Kartel as the baddest DJ and dancehall. But you know, him come up with him, you know, a few hits, you know, with the Jackie, Brocky, and a few others, which were, you know, really good girl tunes. You understand? Run Road and them songs. But we not say the level of consistency where I expect for a man with such great lyrical talent. You understand? I tell you, my great lyrical talent. When you know this from your ear, you understand? One of the one of the best flows in the business. And he never really sees on it the way more that things him would have sees on it. No one really has. You understand? Every one of them moments. Conscience did have his moments. I have seen it have his moments. And I don't have his moments. But no one has really been able to step on the thing. Like how Kartel they step on the thing and say, yeah, me around the place right now. You understand? He never really do that. So, you know, you have to really wonder, you know, if this direction will get him any. I mean, he's clearly not doing hardcore dancehall anymore, and certainly this will give us a chance to see more of him. You understand? A more versatile, more out there, willing to take risks with his music and so forth. But you know, he was one of those artists that we was really looking to. But you can say maybe he and Mavado were the biggest casualties as far as that whole broadcasting commission thing. When they banned the gun lyrics and everything there, because Aidonia and Mavado make them red and butter off of gun lyrics. Everybody know that. You understand? Pure gun tune them money I come with and them look like the baddest roughest thing out the road. And you know, that it kind of forced him to change his style a little bit. He was still the same rough guy, but it was more girl tune and road tune and them thing there. But you know, it kind of took away a little bit from what he could put out there in the mainstream because it's only a few years ago and really dominate the mainstream. I mean, they dominate when you have the gun tune and when the law wasn't in effect. But since then, he has really had to change up his thing, and we really haven't seen him connect to the level where he connected between '04 and '08 when he was really, really up there. So, you know, I really hope him do well with this newfound change. I hope we see a more well-rounded artist. You understand? Because that is maybe the one thing that, you know, people have criticized Aidonia for, and that is that he's not, you know, he only knows one way because he have that voice, and that voice can scare people, and he use that voice, and you know, the only thing with that voice fit is either um, gun tune or hardcore girl tune. You understand what I say? So we hope say it work out for him and him stay away from the beef, you know, the whole thing rummage but him a burn clothes. Apparently that whole thing start, I don't know, people them must say like he must say dress up one goat in a one of them shirt them, run road shirt them, and that cause, you know, friction between them and way. But you know, stay away from that and just keep on the positive vibe. So I wish I don't have the best in that regard. No, speaking of Kartel from earlier, apparently there's this big controversy going on right now because of a new unofficial video that come out for Kartel song Beautiful Girl, one of the songs that come out I believe post his incarceration and murder charges. And apparently this video is from Noisy. Noisy, of course, is under the Vice magazine umbrella. And they went into New Kingston. They went down the streets of Trafalgar Road, and they were apparently exploring the gay and the LGBT community there. Because if you go past Trafalgar Road and you go up the road, like you're going down Northford Boulevard, you're gonna see like this. I always say these couple buildings are these couple hiding spots or hangout spots where they usually congregate, like these empty houses or so, where they congregate and thing. So you always see them. So them go down this community now and then find, people in this community who, look up to Kartel, rate him and, find solace in his music and whatever, whatever. Because of course Kartel's music has always been, be a free spirit. Has always encouraged people to be a free spirit and whatever. So apparently them put some of these, gays, dress them up as women with them, them have them dress up as women with the lipstick and the dress them on and everything. And cast them in the video. And Cartel people them never take too good to this. Apparently, he wasn't very happy when he heard about it and there was even legal action being threatened. So I look on it and I say, what the? You know, like, it's a very odd thing. I mean, Cartel isn't like a lot of other artists in the past who have spoken out so greatly against homosexuality. But then again, it's not something where dancehall artists or Jamaican artists in general want to be associated with in their music at the very least. So you look on it and you say, boy, all these, them drag queen and these men dressing up as women and Ray, and it just looks very awkward, it looks so wrong. You know what I say? Like, Cartel, I am sure, must have been, going crazy in his jail cell. I don't know what the noisy people were thinking with this logic, but apparently they wanted to show that, there's another section of Jamaica that look up to him as, their hero in a sense. But it just looks so wrong, going through and, taking us through the communities and them a dance and vibe to the song. It look away still. And Cartel, must have, been ordering them to try and, like, stop this from happening or whatever. But it's a very, very interesting video to say the least. You understand what I say? I don't will be seeing many more of these because, in Jamaica we don't really film stuff like that. But you understand, given that Jamaica has slowly become more tolerant, slowly become more this and that, you never know, you understand? They're getting more limelight now, so apparently one of them things that you never know what we can say, but boy, as soon as I see the first couple clips, I just couldn't bother with it anymore. I'm like, no, this is just no. You understand? So, I don't know, but it's definitely out of the ordinary. And I'm sure if Carter was out of prison, he would have found the sexiest girl them in our community and put in the video because it is named Beautiful Girl. You understand? Dedicated to the girls, not those who want to dress like girls. So, very, very interesting. And now we go from, the weird to the just plain exciting. Of course, next week, Saturday, is the beginning of the Barclays Premier League season. I cannot wait. Arsenal back in action. Beside that for life. You understand? Back in action for the first time since May. Last season was one of the most exciting seasons for, a while. And I really full joy the drama, especially in the title race. Unfortunately, we fell out around late March, early April. But, the race between City, Liverpool, and Chelsea was very interesting. And Liverpool had it until that Chelsea game when they fell victim to naivety. They lost the match. Then they had that collapse at Crystal Palace, and that just gave City the title. It looked like for a while this was going to be Liverpool's year to finally break that curse and win their first EPL title. And for them to lose the way they did, it must have been heartbreaking. So that has changed, obviously, since the summer that we're now that we're in the transfer window. So first of all, Liverpool now has sold Luis Suarez, or should I call him Luis El Vampiro Suarez, because we all know he loves to bite, Mr. Dracula himself. So he's gone to Barcelona, and they've basically bought out Southampton. They brought a lot of players from Southampton, Lallana and Lambert and Lovren and those guys. And they have a lot of very good young talent. The question is, what are they going to do with the Suarez money? Are they going to buy Edison Cavani, his Uruguay teammate, Suarez's Uruguay teammate, to replace him? Who are they going to use that money on? Because they have a Champions League campaign not to worry about. And so a lot more demands at the squad. What enabled Liverpool to do so well last year was that they didn't have European football, so they could focus on the league with all their might, and they did really well in focusing on it and executing their game plans, and they were fresh up for the latter stages of the season. You understand? Arsenal, of course, we get Alexis Sanchez, really top talent, world class talent. You understand? Who has the potential to be one of the best players out there. Very good player, Chilean international. Got him from Barcelona for something like 30, 35 million pounds. Very good player. Strong, quick with his feet, one of the better dribblers around. So I think it was a good deal. We also made a couple of signings. Chambers, the douchey, and then Ospien to back up Wojciech Szczesny. What a fantastic, to me, it was the goalkeeper of the season last year for Arsenal. So we made some good signings. United have Herrera and Shaw now on the squad, and of course a new manager, Louis van Gaal, who after that he made that goalie change against Costa Rica in the quarterfinals. The Man U fans, it's like nobody want to build a statue for LVG before the man even coached him first game for United. You understand me? The hysteria over him was crazy. So United have them things. City has, of course, the defending champions. They are around, but they have some question marks. Aguero, their leading scorer, was fantastic when he did play. But keywords when he did play, because he was injured a lot, number of muscle injuries, and of course he wasn't really fit at the World Cup, didn't score. So you have to worry about his health. Will Jovetic come up? Yaya Toure, there was some, stuff about City forgetting his birthday. Like, really, who cares? Like, many people forget about mine. I don't make a big deal about it. So they've done it. And of course, Chelsea. Boy, I'm not lie. Mourinho, I think say Mourinho. Remember when Mourinho they called Arsene Wenger the voyeur? I think it's the other way around, because pre this now, him go out after we decided not to bring Cesc Fabregas back, our prodigal son. We decided not to bring him back because we already have Ozil in that position. And him decided to go out, and even though him and Fab did have them disagreement from when Fabregas was at Arsenal, him sign him. You understand? Him sign him, convince him to go there, and now he's gone to the rival. It hurt me, It hurt me, man, to see Cesc in a Chelsea jersey. Nah, lie. One out of all the teams he could have got to, him decided to go to one of the enemies, one of our biggest rivals. But it pained me, especially because we had the chance to bring him back and chose not to. But I saw it go. You understand? I feel that it will be a success in the league. They also got Costa from Atletico Madrid, who helped them win the league title, that magic run to the La Liga title last season. So Chelsea looks very dangerous. And, last year, they should have won the title. They had more points against the top 10 than any other team in the league. And somehow they did not win the league. They beat everybody they had to beat. They swept City. They swept Liverpool. They beat us. They beat Tottenham. They beat United. They beat every top 10 team out there. But they could not win because they always had, the banana skins against the West Broms and the Stokes and the Crystal Palaces of the world. So, if they can fix that up and continue to win the big games, then, there's no excuse why Chelsea shouldn't win the league title. And of course, back to the Arsenal point, then bring back Didier Drogba, who of course is known as the Arsenal killer. 15 goals in 15 career games against Arsenal. So certainly when Mourinho did think about these transfers, he was not only thinking about strengthening the team to help them win the title. He was thinking about damaging Arsenal because he must have been seeding given that we won a trophy last year and his side didn't. You understand? So you know him don't like that from morning. You understand? So as for who will win the league? Again, it's the transfer window. The transfer window is going on right now, so these predictions can always change. Come September the 1st is when the transfer deadline is. So whoever whichever players them can get from now, United being Vidal and Quadrado, Di Maria, all sorts of players. And Arsenal still looking for more pieces, and Liverpool looking for another piece. So anything can change between now and then. But for right now, as the teams are presently constituted, I would have to say Chelsea will win the league with Arsenal coming second. I think Arsenal is one piece away from winning the league. One piece away. Whether that be a defensive midfielder, we have a lot of central midfield, but no real true defensive. I mean, we have Flamini, but he's really a stopgap. You know what I mean? He's not going to really last the full season starting. So, there's a lot of question as to whether Jack Wilshere can take the role or Chambers, who they brought in, can take the role. But for right now, I think we're one piece away, either there or getting a striker, Marco Rose, for to really help this team's chances. So, as much as I'd love to pick Arsenal to win their first league title in 11 years, 10 going on 11 years, I still think we need that one more piece to compete. I think City will be third because, again, they have a lot of question marks. Also, Joe Hart, the defense, there's still a lot of questions, and they didn't really freshen up the squad the way you expect them to do. Some of that because of FFP, financial fair play, meaning they're restricted to a certain amount of foreign players or local players that have on the squad. And United right now, I would say fourth because Van Gaal has a way of taking teams with not that much talent or not as much talent as some of the other clubs, other big clubs, and turning them into successes. Netherlands, weren't expected to go as far as in the World Cup and they finished third. So he has a habit of doing that. So we'll see what happens there. Liverpool and Spurs right now have outside the top four, but again, anything can happen between now and the transfer window. So we'll see if Arsenal can get that missing piece, if City decides to freshen up, if Chelsea gets another piece or two, or if United get those big players I mentioned and really vault themselves in the discussion. So we'll see what happens. We're looking forward to it next week. Have games like Arsenal, Crystal Palace, United, Swansea. That's Van Gaal's debut. So you have quite a few games. Newcastle City. So should be a very interesting opening weekend. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I know a lot of EPL fans in Jamaica will be as well. So that's it for 876411. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back with a new one. Hopefully better than this one, and always aiming to be better. And leave your comments. Anybody who has any thoughts on what I have said today on any of the topics, feel free to drop a comment under the video. I'll post the video links on Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. My handle is @MarkPark1 on Twitter. And check out the YouTube videos. If you missed the Independence Day special on Wednesday, you can also check that out on my YouTube page. That's Jody Brown, Jodee Brown. You can check that out. And we'll see you next time. Peace.